where I come in. Hello, welcome. My name is Lori Rising. I am a channeler, a mindset mentor, and a metaphysical spiritual teacher. And I'm here to walk with you because you are a divine disruptor. You know you came here to do it different, and you are turning on. Your cells are speaking to you, and they're telling you it's time. No more of the rat race, no more of the conditioning, no more of the generational patterns, no more of the unconscious experiences, because you're here to change what happens for humanity for all generations, not just for yourself. It starts with you. You're the seed. And then it moves out to all the generations. Generations before us, the lineage, we actually change the timelines, and generations to come. And that's why you came here to do the work with me, because your cells and your heart told you there's something here for you. And when you can trust yourself, when you get that hit and you trust yourself in that hit and that vision more than, oop, what's next? I got to skip out. I got to go do something else. And when you can trust in that place of presence and that place of receptivity, then you will get exactly what's here for you. And it's probably not going to be everything. It's probably going to be something very, very specific. Thank you so much, Paris. I so appreciate that. Yes. So here we are. This is where you get unstuck. I speak beyond your mind. I speak to your cells, but I do it through every realm of you. I don't just take you galactically. I don't just take you into the higher dimensions. I work with the mind, the body, the spirit, and the energy. That's what we've been missing. If you're only doing talk therapy, you're running in loops. You know, if you've been doing talk therapy for years, you're still running in the same patterns, and your ego is just finding enough reprieve out of them until they come back again. We're not here to play that game anymore. Tell me in the chat, you're not here to play that game anymore, right? You're here to exit the healing loop because you are the healed one. You came in healed, nothing has changed. You came in whole, nothing has changed. You're moving through density to recalibrate to that, to come back to your wholeness. Thank you. Yes, I get a hell no, hell no, hell no, 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 no. But we're a yes on that, right? We're a yes on that. So this is where we move out of the illusion of separation of self and separation of each other. I don't speak based on different facets or factions of humanity. I speak from the humanity of love, the humanity of connection, the humanity of evolution, because you're not here to be prior versions of yourself. You're here to change, grow, and evolve, just like people in your life. Hear this in your heart. People in your life are here to change, grow, and evolve. But if you hold them to a past version of them that hurt you, you are actually stifling their path of change, growth, and evolution in the energy. So notice, no more game playing, babies. You're the light. Yes, Gilbert, you're the light. Notice if you're doing that in your life, because once you start to see everyone around you in their power, your whole experience of life changes. Did you feel that? Did you feel a shift inside when I said that? You got to see yourself in power first, and you also have to see all the people around you in power, even when their free will chooses to stay unconscious. Got it? Even when their free will chooses to stay in an unconscious, unhealed state, you see them and hold them in their power. That frees you from the entanglement. Yes, Christina, I know. I knew there was some of you that needed to hear that. It frees you from the entanglement. And guess what happens from there? They rise up. So there's a reason that I'm saying all of this, because of where we are in this equinox. It's huge. And I'm going to speak to you about this. It's about the ego and about separation, isolation. These are two energies that we're now moving into the high octave of. Hi, Catherine. Welcome. Yes, Krista, you got this. What would it feel like if that part was easy? Say that to yourself right now, Krista. I wonder what it would feel like if that part was easy. You're not telling yourself it's easy. You're getting curious about what it would feel like. Because I can guarantee you that that feeling that you're now sitting in is desired. Tell me in the chat. If you can find an access point into the feeling, you're going to realize how much more freedom is in that feeling than in holding on to this state of control or power dynamic between you and another. Y'all, you here? We're with it? So here we go. Yes, felt relief, freedom, liberation. I am here to walk with you in the inner joy and freedom that was never meant to be circumstantial. It's designed to be inevitable, but we've been holding ourselves back from that state of ego and that state of control. Yes, Paris, so much relief. Y'all stay with that. Stay with that feeling of relief because, oh my goddess, how good does it feel? How good does it feel? And imagine living in that continually. And when you're in that, everybody else starts to feel it because it's emanating out, it's rippling out through your field. That's how we change humanity like that. We can't do it through our words and control like we've been trying. It's futile. We're just banging our heads in that imbalanced masculine, the imbalanced patriarchy, the imbalanced power dynamics, power over. Doesn't work, never has. That's how we've ended up where we are. And I say no more to where we are. I say we come together and like start flying. Imagine if all of humanity came together in this space of deep empowerment and free will. We would all just start levitating and flying together. I've levitated, I know. I want to do it with other people. Let's all do it together. Because we're no longer blocking ourselves. We're no longer putting the brakes on and creating this push-pull struggle constantly. So if you are new to my world, there you go. Welcome. Let's go. Who's ready to open? Let's open this circle. So today we are in the equinox, which is equal parts night and day, light and dark. This is when the sun goes directly over the equator. And all of us have 12 hours day, 12 hours night. And then we start moving in different directions from the northern and the southern hemispheres. Is anyone here from the southern hemisphere? Because here in the northern, y'all start putting in the chat where you are so you can light up that acupuncture point of the world, like declare it and start to feel it in the earth because we're doing work here. Yes, yes, we're global. London, I love it. New York City, yes. Um, San Francisco, California. I'm gonna be there next month, baby. Florida, New Jersey, Seattle. Yes, yes, yes. So in the Northern Hemisphere, we now move into the light. The light around us, lighter days, lighter experience, the light within us. We move into the yang. We move into the action, into more of the physical reality that comes through the surface of where we've been in our winter, in our yin, in the internal space where all of life actually begins. All of your creations that are being birthed comes from that space. So you're not forcing anything in your life at this point. It's already been seeded. This is where we work with and live from the cycles and seasons. They're within us. We are an extension of nature. We're an extension of the cosmos. Like we're so powerful because we have both. We hold both from within. And when you start to live in these cycles and seasons, you no longer work against yourself because it doesn't look like this. You got to get out of this. Like, oh, there's something wrong if I'm not just building, 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 building. You're not meant to. You're supposed to let things go, let things die off that don't go along with you, right? Where you let them go, let them compost, you plant new seeds, you grow. Just like relationships, they're not all meant to stay in your life. A reason, a season, or a lifetime. Like stay with that in everything in your world. So this is where we really do come out and we come in that place of confidence and strength. We're moving into a masculine energy now in the Aries season. Okay, so today marks the sun ingressing into Aries. We just left Pisces. Let's open circle. I get excited to talk about this, but we are going to, let's light our candle first. So I brought a brand new candle for the new year. This is the actual new year, the astrological new year, right? And so if you have a new one, I would grab a new one and start that. If you don't, no worries. There's no right or wrong here. There's intention. There's curiosity and intention. When you start to live life like that, life really opens up. You got to stop beating yourself up. You got to stop judging yourself. You got to stop judging other people. Free yourself. All right, so let's light. Ah, yes, this flame, this remembrance. Yes, the essence of who we are. There's this flame lives within us. And at times it gets quiet, and at times it erupts and it comes in strength and power. You are the curator, you are the steward of the flame that lives inside of you. The cycles and seasons give you that path, that support in where to go with that flame. So just remember that we are so much more than these bodies. Like this really is a symbol of who we are at our core, because energy only changes. It never ends, right? So we move beyond physical, we go back to light. We go back to life source, to energy, to essence, to soul. And so with this flame, if you have a clearing tool, you're going to grab that, or a clearing ally, you're going to grab that. And we are going to have a great reset right now. If you don't, I just want you, again, notice where your mind goes with that and just go into the artist that you are. Go into your imagination. Because once you start working in that realm beyond just what you see in front of your eyes, more of that realm becomes what you see in front of your eyes. So just let yourself receive the light here. I bilocate this to anyone who welcomes it in, and the clearing here. And you can actually start to smell it around you. You can feel the air shift around you when you really believe, because your belief is everything. Your inner dialogue and your beliefs are what create your observed reality. So just notice that this is a practice for you. If you don't have any of these, that you're just practicing, really sitting in this. Like, I am this, I feel this, I notice this, I receive this. Yes. And just feel that like a vortex around you, beginning below your feet at your Earth Star chakra and moving through every chakra from there. And you can feel it just breezing through your chakras and kind of spinning them clockwise as you feel this. It's like what I'm getting is this calibration move through your whole energetic being. Remember, your chakras are you. They are literally how you came into the body. They're running that soul essence and energy of you, while the body is the physical vessel or vehicle. All right, so you feel this coming all the way up. It's this beautiful vortex. You're like, yes, you're having a great ride, and you're just feeling ease. Feel ease as the air around you shifts and it opens, and you feel it come all the way up to your soul star chakra above your crown. And as soon as it reaches your soul star chakra, you just feel it disperse, maybe even like fractals of this calibration moving out into the field, into the earth, into the cosmos, into the heavens, the higher dimensions. However that looks for you, you can close your eyes and just receive that and be in the power of that. And if you have a ceremonial beverage, I have cacao. That's the medicine that I work with in these spaces. Again, feel it in your hands, even if you don't. Feel the warmth and really start to just soften your body in. And it's a merging of the elements outside and the elements in within. So you're merging with the earth, the air, the water, the fire, the ether. And you're feeling it all before you even bring this cup to your lips. And we're holding all those that have curated this experience for us. They have planted, cultivated, and transported this medicine to us. And what a beautiful experience as it changes form, as this energy changes form and it becomes a part of us. So if you have this medicine, really allow it, like maybe bring it to your heart and take in a breath of new life in this equinox, a breath of balance, and then just breathe into the smoke as you breathe out. And on the next breath, you're going to breathe in the smoke. And with that smoke, you're going to share your intentions. And if you have a question, ask your question. And so it is, and even more. Beautiful. The visions that were coming through for me were just trees, like all kinds of trees showing up. So remember the wisdom of the tree. I feel like today will be a great practice for you to go outside and sit at the base of a tree and just close your eyes and feel the breeze. I know today we're enjoying beautiful warm weather, and I'll be outside much of today. And maybe you are as well, wherever you are. Even if you aren't, enjoy and embrace whatever's coming through. Just bundle up for it and maybe just put your hands on the tree. And when you do, feel the ancient wisdom that's just pulsating, like the years of wisdom that's pulsating through this tree, because the tree continues to grow. It doesn't stay the same. It has a growth and it moves in its own identity in every season, right? And the leaves come and go. The leaves, like, they go through the seasons and they are part of those emotions and feelings that move through our experience. So, just sit with that. Sit with the tree, it's like the wise ancient grandfather that I'm getting because this is a masculine energy that we're moving into in the Aries season. So, if you have something that you want to share, speak your intention out loud, your vision quest, your desire, your dream, where you're going. Be very detailed. I don't want to hear, I intend, like, I want more love in my life. I don't want to hear that. That's overplayed. Spirit isn't listening to that. That gives me no feeling. I want to feel your intention. I want to feel your prayer. So when you share it, be in that space. Get detailed. Stop holding back for fear of expectation and disappointment. Start standing in the power of your creation energy because your words become your reality, your desire, your dream. Let go of the how, let go of the timeline, be in the words that you know are here for you. Be in the dreams that you know are a part of your experience. Even if your lower mind can't figure it out, it shouldn't be figuring it out. Susie, yes, Kristen's in Santa Fe. Susie, this resonates so much. So speaks of the fire horse energy. My horse is standing still, enjoying a carrot. Oh, I love that. In a lush green field. I love that. Jacqueline, so happy you're here. Welcome. Yes. Okay. I don't see any intentions, any prayers in the chat. Just notice that if you're keeping them to yourself or if you're really ready to declare them and bring them from inside to outside. Rebecca, I will be wild and springy in all of my actions. I shall play like a child, love like a goddess, and bounce around outside, enjoy nature. Yes. So that gives me feeling. That feeling is the fuel to your intentions and your prayers. Remember that, y'all. Don't be so busy that you're just going general. I am an earth steward. How does that feel, Gilbert? Tell me about being an earth steward. Go deeper with that. Because I understand at a certain level, but I don't feel it. I want the feeling of it, y'all. So we're gonna work on this more today in our variety show. But just I'm kind of stoking a seed right now for you. Okay. So let's talk real quick and then we're gonna move into the embodiment spaces. What I want to say is first and foremost, as of possibly, I'm looking at my chart right now. As of maybe right now, I'm pretty sure right now. Yep, nope, not yet. But today, Mercury is going to go direct. And as Mercury goes direct, your thoughts are going to get more clear, your communication, your words are going to come back online, and it's going to feel like you're going to want to say more rather than kind of like take those sacred pauses. And once this happens, y'all, we are all planets direct until the beginning of May. On top of this, if you don't know astrology, don't worry about it. Just feel what I'm sharing, feel like the energy of it. On top of that, by April 15th, my B day, Mercury will go into Aries. It goes into Aries with the moon, so 0 degrees of Aries on April 15th. We will then have 7 planets in Aries along with some orbiting bodies in Aries. This is a historical experience. This is our next set point. February was our first of 2026. April's the second, and then July, we're going to be moving through another set point of 2026. Yeah. So all planets direct with all of this energy in Aries. I'm bringing it to your awareness because it's going to be a lot of fire. It's going to be a lot of heat. And this is why I want to speak on the things I'm going to speak on today, because I want you to harness this in the very best freaking way. Because when we go into the higher register of any of these energies, we're activating how they can lead us, how they can move into deeper places of ascension, sovereignty, and growth. But if we're in the lower register, we're in the lazy register, because the lower register we just automatically can be in because of the density of the earth or the density of this physical experience. Holy Aries. Yes, I know. Hi, Chris. Hello from New York. Welcome. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so we've got this. Let's stay with this. Right now, we're still a little bit between the fire and water. So you might feel like, oh, I feel a little overwhelmed. I'm feeling too many feelings. I feel a little sensitive. I feel heavy. Tell me in the chat if you're feeling any of that, because that's the kind of the completion of these Pisces energies. This is where we're completing, like, no big deal, but huge deal. This is where we're completing the age of Pisces. This is a massive, like, choice point in moving from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. The age of Pisces, where it really was like a powerlessness. It was where it was like delusional, illusional, and we were giving our power away because of that imbalance of the patriarchy, imbalance of the masculine that has been dominant for the last, 12,000 years, give or take, right? So this is where we've had all of this Pisces experience in this last year, especially 2025, the year of the wood snake. I know you've heard about that. I'm sure you all have been blasted by 2025. It was for a really great evolutionary like experience that we're going to go through. So now is when you're starting to step into everything that wanted to reorganize itself through what you're letting go of and what you're no longer living from. In those generational patterns, in those core wounds, in those imprints of your past that aren't a part of your now and where you're moving. Okay? So, what I want to sit with here is the illusion of separation and isolation in the age of Pisces. Let me know if you all are staying with me here. So the illusion of separation from in ourselves and between us and other, and that creates a space of isolation. I want to sit with that, and I want to sit with the lower register of Aries energy, which is ego. Those combined have been a very combustible experience and a very difficult experience. Victim consciousness or power over. Victim consciousness, power over. You see where I'm going with this? You all know that this is what's changing, right? Let me know if you're following me in the chat, because we're going to rev it up. Okay. So awesome. Thank you, Paris. All right, great. So this is so important because when you start doing Following with my jaw on the floor, Rebecca. Loving every word. Okay, great. So this is where when you start to have these kinds of realizations from within, you've got to be able to confront yourself. When you confront yourself about these experiences, it's this radical accountability, this radical honesty. It actually frees you. It frees you up. It no longer lives within you. There's no more judgment. There's no more comparison. There's no more criticism about it. So when you can start to own these experiences in your life, and get out of the judgment of the past, get into the present of what's available when you step into honoring your experience and where it's going to take you. That's where you actually step out of the healing loop. You get out of the 4D. The 4D is where we're just constantly, we have the awareness, but we're constantly in the healing loop. The 3D is where you don't even have the awareness. You're living an unconscious life, which there are many people out there living an unconscious life. The 5D is where you're actually living in that inner freedom, in that sovereignty, in the higher vision with the present guidance, with the divine collaboration in your divine design, where you're in your wholeness. Every part of you is whole. You're no longer separated in any way. Okay? So, so Aries, you're going to feel the ego from a lot of people with all of this Aries energy as we move forward, and with all the energies just full on. There's nothing retrograding. There's nothing pausing it and pulling it back for any kind of internal like reflection. So all of these energies going forward, people are just going to be reacting because Aries in its lower register is ego, it's reaction, it's jealousy, it's possessiveness, it's that power dynamic. It's just reaction, 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 right? Now, on the other side of Aries, it's action. So it's action without a filter. But if you're in your space of wholeness and you take that action without a filter, then you actually get more information and you carve out the spiral in a really fantastic, quick, like timeless way because you're learning along the way. You're actually moving through lived experience rather than this dynamic of like the doubt, the fear, the control, the belief of how it's supposed to be. You're in the belief of the guidance from within. And the mind makes the action happen from there. There's no failure. You all know that, right? There's no such thing as failure. There's only more information. And if you can actually believe that in your heart, you'll never hold yourself back anymore. Aries is the self, how the self comes into the world, the identity, like who you are, how you show up, and who you were before the world started telling you there was something wrong with you and that you had to change. So it can also be the physical self. So this is really coming back to your full light. It's coming back to who you are, trusting that if there's anything in your field that's not meant to go forward with you, you let it go. This is the grandest space of all, which is believing in evolution and no longer holding on to things from scarcity of there's not enough, I won't get this again. I don't know, from what I see in my past, I can't see anything changing in the future. So this is where you've got to be able to discern between the ego, the mind, the egoic mind, and the heart. That's what we've been doing over this whole churning of 2025 into 2026 here. And this last bit where you've been feeling overwhelmed, you're getting a feeling because it wants you to change something in your life because it's not in alignment for you anymore. So the Aries energy is going to give you the courage to go forward because it doesn't need to have any crutch. It doesn't need to have any more information. It trusts itself. It goes all in. When you can, now let's go to the Pisces energies. When you can hold the vision that's more than your current circumstances with the courage of Aries, you'll always back yourself. And then you'll start investing in yourself. because you won't be believing the hype or the lies that everything's going to go away. There's benevolence everywhere on this planet. There's all kinds of resources, there's all kinds of money, but the balance has been in that power dynamic. The power over dynamic has been the imbalance. It's not because there's an imbalance in our resources and in what's available to us with love, time, money, relationship, what else? Energy. These are the big resources that you believe that there's not enough of and that there won't be more. Are y'all feeling me on this? When you stay in the illusion of separation, or and then it puts you into a state of isolation, you actually start functioning at a lower frequency because you're not meant to be in isolation and you never are. But if you believe you are, then you start separating yourself from consciousness itself. Because even if you're not around humans, you are always in consciousness. And that's where nature comes in of the Pisces energies. So if you can start stepping into the power of the Pisces energies and you can start believing your nervous system, your feelings, and your heart in the Aries energy of courage, letting go of the things that are actually holding that back, holding you back, holding, creating beliefs or stories about why you can't, why you're waiting, why you're not investing, all of the things, then it's like if you can imagine you go through this portal, on the other side of the portal, all these new paths pop up, all these new opportunities pop up because now the energy's flowing. We're so used to living in a state of stagnation and resistance that we don't even know what it's like to be in the highest experience of manifestation because we've been manifesting from lack the entire time. And our generations before have been manifesting from lack and delivering it in our cells and our DNA. So I want you to just start feeling what would that feel like? To actually trust that I can let these things go, that I've created a story about, that I won't survive without them. And on the other side, I will actually thrive and it'll be so much more simple and it'll be so much easier and I'll have so much more, like so many more resources because my frequency just rose at that level because I just created flow because now my cells are open to receive. All right, y'all. I've been talking for a while, more than I thought I was going to. Tell me how it's landing. How do you feel? We're going into the embodiment. Yes. Yes. Spending time with yourself internally in reflection is key, but you're never alone. When you do it out in nature, now you've just created a whole transcendence and expansion in your vision. If you're in a house in walls, the energy is lower. It's contained. So we have to have that time to ourselves to fill ourselves up, to fuel ourselves, to like honor our soul and care and nourish ourselves. But most of the time we start skewing it into the belief of isolation and then we become a victim. Making sense? How are we feeling? I just I just dropped a lot in this equinox and we're going to do the embodiment. So tell me, how are you feeling before we go into the embodiment? Jacqueline, radical accountability, honesty. Yes. Giddy, Rebecca. I love that. Anybody else? Absorbing all the wisdom and codes, resonating deeply in my heart. Wanting to go outside. Yeah, Krista, I keep looking. My windows are open now, and I have a whole grove of trees that I get to look at, and I just keep, ooh, calling me. Yes. Anybody else? Tell me how you're feeling. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jacqueline. I appreciate that. Are there only 4 or 5 of you here? Come on. That was just a whole like drop of wisdom. I hope that you're receiving it in your hearts and yourselves. You're the only one that will truly shift from the root of your life. Mm. Anybody else out there? So what we're going to do is we're going to activate this through your breath, and then we're going to create something that you can go forward with, a little bit of a ritual. Okay. So everybody knows how to do breath of fire, right? In and out through the nose, focusing on the exhale, and the exhale, you're drawing your navel into the spine. So this really is all about your fire. And your intuition, your soul, your light. So we're really going to move this now. Now that I brought all this up for you, we have to do the embodiment work that actually moves it to bring it up and out. So if you're holding anything in these imprints, and you've got to be able to feel it to let it flow. If emotions come up, you've got to feel those emotions and actually move them out of the body. Okay, so we're going to work with that with the breath right now before we do our final experience for today. So we're going to start with breath of fire. And then we're going to move to something called the hoo-ha breath. This is all it's very strong and it's very fiery. So if you are on the first couple days of your moon, any of you women out there, you actually want to go much gentler. You don't want to push in this. You've got to honor the body and the cycle that you're in right now. If you're in your first trimester of pregnancy, again, you have to go very, very light. Do not do this at full capacity. Those are the two times that you actually want to shift the way that you engage with these breaths, okay? Now, in this breath time, you may get visions, images, messages, you may get like signs and synchronicities, you may get songs, words, whatever it is. Trust that, okay? Are we meant to flow during the new moon? I don't know what that means. Like, are you meant to be, if you're synced up with the cycle, are you meant to flow during the new moon? If that's what you're saying, on the new moon, typically you're ovulating, and then on the full moon you're flowing, because the full moon is the release. The new moon is the seeding, right? So that's the ovulation where you're seeding. Okay, so I'm gonna stand up for this. Let me show you. So the breath of fire, you can go arms up, or you can open your heart with the breath of fire, or arms down. And it's going to go again in and out of the nose, just like that, as you draw the belly in to the spine, as you draw the navel into the spine. Now the hoo-ha breath, let me see if I can lift my mic up here a little. I'm in a little space here. The hoo-ha breath, you're going to, if you know goddess pose, you're going to stand with your legs, kind of your knees apart, bent with your knees down like this. Okay. This is going to be a very strong stance for a breath. And then you're going to you're going to inhale with the hoo, exhale with the ha. So it goes hoo, ha, hoo, ha, hoo, ha, hoo. And it's coming from your core. It's coming from the fire within. Okay. Let me know if anybody has questions so far. So we're going to start with the breath of fire. Then we're going to move to the hoo-ha. Then we're going to finish with the breath of fire. Stephanie, probably. Probably, yes. Chris, make sure I find my piece. Okay, I don't see a question there. Does anyone have questions about the breath? We're going to do 3. So breath of fire, hoo-ha, breath of fire. Okay? We're really going to move everything that has started to get stirred up within you. So again, if you have tears, if you have emotion, if you have laughter, if you have rage, let it out. Let it leave the body this time, okay? All right, I don't see anybody asking questions. So let's get ready for breath of fire. Yes, thank you, Jacqueline. Get ready for breath of fire. However it feels good. You can go arms out like this, arms up, or arms down. And I'm going to start a clock because I want to actually clock this. Da, 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 da. Let's go, y'all. Let's do this. Get curious. What could be here? What could be here that my mind has been suppressing and pushing down? This is where you let your mind go and let your body speak, okay? Your breath is some of the best medicine that you actually have. So here we go. Let's go. In 3, 2, 1. You're doing great. Keep going. I'm going to guide you through, but you keep going with that breath of fire. Soft jaw, soft shoulder, soft pelvic bowl. Meet yourself where you are and at your edge, see if you can go just a little bit deeper. If you start to get dizzy, just back off a little bit, sit down, make sure that you're grounded, hold on to a chair. But if it feels good and you want to close your eyes, keep going. You're doing great. This is where you're resetting the cells. This is where the nervous system is starting to recalibrate. So just feel the cleansing that's moving through your body. Keep going. You're doing so good. Find that fire within. Start to stoke those embers. In three, two, one, take a moment, close your eyes, and just feel. This is where you integrate what's moving through. Notice the energy. And then we begin the hoo-ha in three, two, one. Hoo, ha, 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 hoo, ha. Keep going. Notice if you can get even stronger, like stronger in your stance, stronger in your arms, stronger in your breath. Feel it coming from your core, rising up from within. Let's go. Let's go. Feel that fire. It's burning. It's revealing. What's it revealing to you right now? Keep going. Hoo, ha, hoo, ha, hoo. Louder. Hoo, ha, hoo, ha. Scream it if it feels good. Hoo, ha, hoo, ha, hoo. Ha, you're doing great. Keep going. Let your shoulders be relaxed. Use your arms and your strength. Feel the foundation. Keep going. Hoo, ha, hoo, ha, hoo, ha, hoo, ha, hoo, ha, hoo, ha. In three, two, one. Close your eyes. Again, take a moment to integrate. Just find your center. Notice what's moving through you, any messages, any visions, any images, any epiphanies. You might just get sudden downloads. Now we go back to breath of fire in three, two, one. You got this. Oh, just notice how powerful your body is. Keep going, keep going. Soft jaw, soft shoulder, soft pelvic bowl. Ooh, you can feel the energy. It's moving. Something is opening for you. Something is arriving. Like this is a whole new path. Keep going. All right, keep going. As I count us down, we're going to go into double time. Yes, you heard me right, double time. So double up what you're doing right now with breath of fire. You can do this. Your body can do this. This is medicine. In three, two, one. Great. Finish strong. Three, two, one. Yes. Close your eyes. Find your center. Feel. Just feel. If you've got emotions, let them out. Let them flow. Taking a nice big breath. Inhale in and exhale out. Ah. Another one. Inhale in. Hold it. Sigh it out. Ah. One more. Inhale. Hold it. Sigh it out. Ah. Beautiful. Oh, yes. Oh, nice. My body is feeling better. Come on back. Let me know. How are you feeling? If anything came through and you want to share it with us now. Give yourself a big smile. If you've got emotions, let us know that as well. They're sacred. Your tears are sacred. I feel like I just gave birth to myself. I'm sobbing. Ah, yes, Rebecca. Yes, yes, yes. I'm feeling that with you. Let it keep going. Like bring it up all the way. Teared up with the double time, felt a release. Yes. That was awesome. Awesome. And I love the hoo-ha breath. Nancy, I've never done that before. Yes. Yes, y'all, if you've got any sacred rage in you, that hoo-ha breath will bring it up. If you started to feel it, I invite you later on today to go outside, dig a hole, scream into the earth. It's the best way to move that energy through your body. And as soon as you scream into the earth, stand up and run. Just run for like 50 feet. That's it. You'll be amazed at what happens because you are this medicine. We've been taught to be stagnant and actually like suppress the energies that we're taking in all these energies all the time from all these people and all these experiences and all these like uh schedules and all these things that we have to do, and then they just accumulate in the system. We've got to move that energy, and you have all the tools to do that. Yes, okay. Anybody else want to share? So from here, grab a blank piece of paper. So if you're using your journal, get a blank piece in there, not one with something on the other side. Okay. And there's two ways that, yes, yes, Nancy, our breath is the medicine. It is. It's amazing. It's the portal. Your voice, your emotionality, and your breath are actually the portals to your own journey, to your own higher wisdom. I have to exhale during the breath of fire, so I couldn't do it continuously like you. Margaret, meet yourself where you are and just keep practicing, keep showing up, keep doing more of it. And that's how we refine. That's how we create mastery in our lives. Like I said, there's no right or wrong, but if you back yourself up and you show up and you keep showing up and you keep practicing, that's where the mastery lies in anything in life. That will take you everywhere. We've got to start learning how to back ourselves up, because when you back yourself up, you're coming from a place of integrity. We've been so out of integrity that we don't even know how to access it. So get into integrity and start backing yourself up. Yes, it's the portal, Nancy. It's coming out in my book. I'm going to keep going because I want to complete this embodiment practice. But it's pretty incredible the medicine that you hold in your body and how modern medicine has separated us from that. And then you step into you being the greatest healer that has ever walked this earth for yourself, because that's how you came in. But we've been giving our power, we've been outsourcing our power in that space for generations, for centuries. No more. Hi, Alicia. Yes, the breath work. Definitely adding this practice to my routine. I did this entire practice outside barefoot in my backyard. What, Chris? Yes, let's go. Let's go. And let out a primal yell. Yeah. I love it. Good job, Chris. Way to go. Way to show everyone what's possible. I've been just outside singing and screaming and like I love it. I live out in the country. I do it all the time. All right. So everybody's got their piece of paper, right? I promise you, you're going to take this forward with you and it's going to be incredible. So again, this is renewal, but this is really a birth for us. You've got to look at when you're in the egoic mind rather than the heart. You've also got to look at when you are separating, like in the illusion of separation and isolation, and come back into the state of consciousness and connection that you're always in, that you're never alone, you're always whole. When you're whole, you can connect out into the world in a different way. Okay, everybody's got their paper, right? So what I want you to do is at the top, I want you to put day manifesto. Okay? And then under that, what you're going to do is you're going to write out a day in your desire, like in where you know you're going. You know this because you have a tapping on your soul. You have these dreams, but you've been trying to separate yourself out from the dreams, and you've been trying to be practical, and that has just continued to move you away from your highest frequency of truth. So you know what's here for you. You know where you're going or where you're meant to go. So I want you to step into that, right? So this is kind of like that higher manifestation. What's your dream? What's your desire? What's that highest timeline? What's your vision? Everybody got the vision? Yes? Let me know in the chat. Tell me in the chat, do you have your vision? Your dream, your desire? Dreams are here because they're meant for you, not because they're meant to stay dreams. Got it. Okay. So now what I want you to do is I want you to go through and write down a day in your life in that vision. When you are living that vision, when it comes, because it's already in the energy, so it's already in the timeline. It just hasn't sprouted into reality yet. So I want you to take yourself into that reality of that vision being your truth in your life. How does your day unfold? I want you to write out your feelings, write out how you make decisions, the way you wake up. I want you to get very detailed about like the how do you feel when you wake up? Is there a breeze coming through your windows? Is the sun shining on you? Are you awake before the sun rises? Are you outside for the sunrise? You still see the stars above you? Like, what's happening through this day? Now that's one option. If that makes sense to you, go forward with that. If that feels a little too big, I'm going to give you a second option. If that feels good to you, go for it. Start going. For those of you that feels a little too big, here's your second option. You're going to write down thank you. So you're going to start this with gratitude. You're going to say thank you to what feels good to you: God, source, spirit, higher self. Thank you to my angels. Thank you to my ancestors. Who are you thanking for this becoming your reality? Thank you. I now, like I am this, whatever your dream is. I'm living this. This is my life. This is my experience. Okay. So you're writing that out. Once you get that first part written out, I am now doing this, like this is now my experience. And the second part, write out how it feels. How does it feel to actually be living in that observed reality? So that's a second way to do it. So hopefully one of those ways makes sense to you and you're all doing it. Jacqueline, thank you for speaking it in the chat, but make sure you have it on a piece of paper too. Did you do it on a piece of paper too, Jacqueline? Because we're going to do something with the paper. Jacqueline, I want to hear more about your job. Again, this is you've gotta have details. I love my job helping people, but like very specifically. Okay. So for my day manifesto, you guys keep writing. I'm gonna tell you about my day manifesto. My day manifesto is like, oh, I wake up and the sun is shining through my skylight. The lake that I live on is smooth like glass. I can hear the birds singing in the air. I can hear my wind chimes in the background. My kitty is snuggled up on my shoulder and she's purring. And I get up and I make this beautiful breakfast. The kitchen is clean. and I go outside. I take a paddle on the lake. I get into my sauna. I get into my cold plunge, and I'm like just enjoying that. My body feels so healthy and free, and I feel very present. And then when I get to my job, like, oh, and then I get to I can't wait to go to my desk. I go to my desk and I'm there for 4 hours. My workday is 4 hours, and I interact with people in my calls, and the calls are so elevated. Everyone is having epiphanies. Everyone is having all of these experiences, and they're going forward, and like more people are coming in and investing because, and then I go deeper into what the job is. Okay. So I hope that you all see how detailed I get, because we have a tendency to go very general. Spirit picks up the details of the feeling that you're having in the details. It doesn't pick up the generality of it. So, Jacqueline, all my needs are taken care of. What needs? How does it feel? What are the needs? And when you have that specific need taken care of, how does that feel? Because if I'm spirit, I'm God, or I'm your highest self, and you're like, all my needs are taken care of, I'll be like, yeah, they already are. I'm already taking care of your needs because you are functioning as a human in the world. You see where I'm going with this? You got to go bigger, go more extravagant, right? Step into the power of what happens when you live in a state of abundance and trust that there's benevolence everywhere. And when you bring in those resources for yourself, the extravagant ones, the ones that help you to be more fulfilled and more rested and more cared for, you actually share those codes with the world, and it becomes more possible for other people because you're going to be showing up in a new way in your soul medicine. I think you're getting it because I'm seeing some hearts. Jacqueline, thank you for sharing, because that gives me a really good example for all of you. Got it. Okay, good. And just notice that. Have that awareness of how we try to stay general because we don't want to ask for too much because the world is suffering. The more you ask for, the more you get fulfilled, the more you show up as the leader that you are, and you change humanity so that the world doesn't suffer anymore. Remember this, you can't get poor enough to give the poor money, but you can get rich enough in your resources from a place of love and balance and benevolence that you show up in the world and create more of that for other people. This is where we bring money and resources into the hands of conscious creators and conscious people, because then we change the world from there. Preach. I think that's a good thing, right, Maria? Yes, okay. But we have to keep hearing this because the collective, the power, the ones that want to have power over us, that have for a very long time, want us to feel like there's not enough. Want us to feel like we're bad if we want more because other people are suffering. Who's making those other people suffering? The people that are holding that power and wielding that power, and the ones that are unconscious with the money in their hands. Yes, Nancy, this feels so good. I keep getting happier and more excited by the minute. Yes, yes, yes. Remember, you all, we are manifesting, we're creators. That doesn't turn off. So you are always creating, you're always manifesting. What are you manifesting? What are you creating? From what frequency? So this is where we're actually working with your frequency rather than working from the symptom that you're seeing in reality. Yes, Chris. Nancy, yeah. So spirit recognizes the feeling, the frequency of what you're sharing, right? So let's take money. If I'm always like, I don't have enough money, there's not enough money, I don't know where the money is going to come from, Spirit says yes, okay. So Spirit's not discerning like, oh, you're upset because you don't have money, so I'm going to give you money. Spirit's tapping into exactly what you're sharing about the feeling of money. And it's just saying, yeah, okay. Does that make sense? So again, if I get general, Jacqueline, thank you again. I'm going to come back to Jacqueline's and I just say all my needs are met. Right now, your needs are met, right? Like at a certain level, your needs are met. The one who starts to decide what those needs are is our actual, like, the mind that we have to decipher that, right? Like our what's the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for a word here. Basically, though, our thinking mind is the one that differentiates between basic needs met and other needs, but spirit's not differentiating between the two. So spirit's like, okay, your needs are met. Yeah, of course, your needs are already met. This is why we get much more specific discernment. Thank you. Does this make sense? We think that, the higher octave of us, the higher self or spirit or God or source, the co-creative experience, we think that they do the same, like that's the same as what we move through in this past worry, the future, the past fear, the future worry, like all this discernment. That's all happening in the lower register of our mind. This is why frequency and energy work is so much more powerful. But when you get detailed, in the details, you actually experience the energy of it, the feeling of it. That's what we're getting to here. Okay? So the more detailed you are, the more you kind of place yourself in what feels like a movie, but that movie becomes reality because you're seeding in the frequency and energy. Anybody else have questions? Awesome, Jacqueline, yes. How are y'all doing? Getting complete on this? Everybody pretty much complete? Let me know in the chat. Okay. Now, pick that up, hold it to your heart. I want you to live in this. Like, this is the reality. So hold it to your heart, close your eyes, and take in a breath. Breathe it in with your breath. You're going to hold it to your heart, and you're just going to relax into this. Like, relax your body, soften down. And you can feel the words, not just the words, but the life of those words, the truth of those words. You can feel them as they're being like merged into your heart, transferred into your heart, etched in light in your heart. So just keep your eyes closed and keep moving through this. Like, feel every one of those words, every one of those feelings, like all the joy that's coming in this experience, it's being etched into your heart in those words. And you're just starting to float into this experience. And it feels so good. You feel so light. You feel so relaxed. And you feel this as if it is happening right now. So as these words are continuing to flow into your heart through your breath, through your body, through your energy, you're starting to notice with your eyes closed that everything around you is shifting. You are actually sitting in that experience. So the chair beneath you, the floor beneath you, the ground beneath you, the walls around you, the room that you're in, the people that are among you in that room, they're all in this experience, and you feel it. You can taste it. You can smell it. Maybe you're outside in this experience. Maybe you're in that job and you feel yourself in that job, and you feel how high this frequency is. You feel it in the computer before you. You feel it in your joy and your anticipation of what's to come. You can't wait. Because these words, this reality is not just merged in your heart now, it's now flowing through your sacred blood and your waters. It's flowing through your body. You feel it from your toes all the way to the top of your head. It's like a liquid lava light river flowing through you. There's no other possibility. This is you. And you feel so powerful. You feel so strong. You feel so clear in this. And you can look back and you can see when you look back on the timeline of this coming into your reality, you see how you went all in on yourself. You no longer doubted, you no longer delayed, you no longer waited. You let go of the things that felt like weights and chains that were holding you back, and you trusted where this was leading you. You trusted this spiral. And now you feel that freedom, you feel that liberation. It's living in your soul. And you feel how everything has elevated from here. You feel this joy, this happiness, this excitement of your relationships, of your job, of your location, of where you live, of the love that you have for yourself, for this experience, for this hair, these eyes, this body, for everything that you have moved through. You know that it all brought you here. And you're no longer waiting. You're no longer making up any excuses, any reasons. You trust every step of the path to show up for you. Your job is to believe in yourself, to go all in, to say yes. Your heart is guiding you. And just you start to see yourself and feel yourself moving through this whole day, this day manifesto, this day in the reality, because you know that this is a reality. You know this is a timeline, and you are ready to say yes to it. You're ready to start observing it and to living it. You are the identity of the one who has been the creation of this. This is a moment right here. This is where you say yes, yes, yes. You say yes in the energy. You let go of the how. You release the time, and you step forward in courage. You feel this light. It's a light that has come from these words and this reality as it moves through your heart, through your body, through your bones, through your blood, through your cells. Every one of your cells is lighting up like crystalline energy. Millions upon millions of cells are all lighting up in this frequency, in this yes, yes, yes. You feel it. Yes, yes, yes. You can't even contain the joy and the smile. And you start to see how you're able to support and help so many other humans in this world because you are so filled up, you are so nourished, you are so cared for, you are so resourced. It's no longer fantasy. This is reality. Yes, 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 yes. Say it with me. Yes, yes, yes. The furniture beneath you, the furniture around you, the nature around you, the daylight around you, everything is in this reality. You're alchemizing it now. You're going to alchemize this through your vibration, through your voice, through your tone. So breathe it in, and you're going to feel it move beneath your hands, through your body, into the earth, and all the way up into the cosmos and the universe. Breathe it in and then hum it out. You're humming it into the world, into the physical. Breathe it in, hum it out. And on this last one, you're going to awe it out. Awe it out into the field. Breathe it in. Ah. And from here, bring your hands down right in front of your face and blow it out into the world. Oh my gosh, I see it like this beautiful cloud of light and energy, and it's just moving into the world. And see it depositing itself in exactly where it's going to bring this to you, into the people, into the minds, into the paths, into the possibilities, into the opportunities. It's depositing there now. It is done now. It is done now. It is done now. Yes. Ooh, y'all, you are filling me up with joy. I'm like floating. How are you feeling? Tell me. I feel different. Oh my gosh. I feel ready. I feel equipped. I feel like there is no stopping this beautiful leadership that's coming on the planet. Let me know how you feel. I am me. Let me know. Mm, 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 mm. Who else is out there? Come on. Let me know. Let us know. Declare it. Is your smile as big as mine? I wrote so much. I was so clear. Thank you for this. You're welcome, Rebecca. Anybody else? I've been blissed out since Breath of Fire, just grounded and at peace, then got emotional at the end, feeling glittery now. Yes, Krista. Yes, y'all. Listen, stay with this today. Drink lots of water. If you've got minerals, trace minerals, take trace minerals. Eat, get grounded, get out onto the earth, feed onto the earth. Tonight, get out under the stars because channeling is at an all-time high right now. You can be turned on like that. So get out under the stars and receive. Go to sleep early. Receive through your dreams. And refrain from any substances today. Substances just immediately dampen everything that's opening and that connection and that communication. Yes, Chris, sharing it. Yes, I love it. I deeply feel that why you should confirm when you stand out. I choose to stand out and be different because I can, because you came for it, baby. You came for it. Yes, Paris. I love this pure MF magic. Woo! I felt the magic too. Let's go. This is where the leaders step forward. Every one of you is a leader. You have to have the discernment when the egoic mind comes in, and you have to welcome that as an invitation to do it different, to clear that from your cells, and you move into the heart. Move into the consciousness connection. Move into the feeling and the vision beyond the circumstance and beyond the separation. Let's go, Jacqueline. Let's go. So now the final piece of this is you're going to take that piece of paper. What I'm going to ask you to do is, if we have a phone, right? So get into your voice memos. Get into your voice memos. Record it. Put some nice music on in the background. Record it into your voice memos. This is now your meditation. It should be probably 7 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. You start listening to it every morning and every night because that's when you go into theta and delta brainwaves. That's when this becomes more of a reality because you're not pushing against the resistance and the struggle. So start listening to it every morning and every night and trusting. All you have to do is be in your courage. When opportunities come in, you say yes. You no longer hold yourself back. You trust that if they're for you, they will come to fruition. God, source, spirit will say yes. If they're not, they continue on. You continue on. Okay? So once you do that, once you record this, now you're going to take this piece of paper and you're going to go bury it outside. You're planting this as a seed and you're asking beautiful Pachamama, Gaia, Earth to share this with you and bring this into fruition. Okay? So you bury it, have your ceremony, be in gratitude, thank Earth, thank the stars, thank Spirit, thank Source for collaborating with you in this and bringing it in the easiest, quickest, and most fun path possible. You're available to receive that. Okay? Woo! We did it, y'all. That's going to complete our beautiful equinox activation. We are going forward. We are doing this. Anybody have any final thoughts, enlightenments, epiphanies? Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for creating this space for everyone who tapped in. We're sending it into the field. This is our new reality. This is New Earth. We're leading it. So I am going to put my channel up. Make sure you come over. If you're not following me, follow me and get into my meditations. Do the astral travel tonight. You will get more messages, or do it today. Do it tonight. You'll get more messages. You'll get one of your guides. They're going to give you a gift and you're going to have more information about this. So make sure you come over. Thank you for the donation, Rebecca. And yes, if you had a beautiful time with me today, a donation is very appreciated. I have much gratitude for that. This is my full-time business. I'm showing up here more and more. And these are the resources that help me continue on, and it helps me to offer this for more people that maybe can't donate at certain times. So if you can, know that it's not just for you, it's for others. And those others, when they're able to, they'll come back and repay that. So donations do really matter for us to keep showing up in this space. I love the community that's being created here. Yes, it's funny because 8 is a really big number right now, Rebecca. Mercury is stationing direct at Pisces, 8 degrees today, and 8 is the infinity. 8 is always and forever, right? Thank you, Jacqueline. I so appreciate that. I have so much to offer y'all. Like, stay in my world because we got work to do and it's fun work. It gets to be fun. We hold the duality while the old systems have to go down. They're going to roar in their power over, but we are rising together in this space of sovereignty. We're rising as people together, and it's going to be completely different. This is where the leadership comes in. So please, if you can't donate today, come over to my channel, share star ratings and reviews on my meditations. I hope they're 5 stars. And tell your friends and family about this channel and about my events. That's a way to really support we have to stop looking at it just as money, but money is very helpful as well because we still use money to live life. Just know that there are ways that you can support me too if I have supported you, and I very much appreciate them. So let's go, let's grow, let's do this. This is our time to really come out. It's the yang, it's you coming into the world in a whole new way. I'm going to throw up I'll throw up the astral travel real quick. If I can find it, there it is. But I have affirmations for alignment and abundance. I have a tapping into abundance course. I have a breath work activation. I have so many meditations. So please come on over and keep going with this. Like I said, I speak to your cells. I speak beyond your mind. You are now activated. Be in the belief of it. Say yes to it and move forward from that state of activation, from the codes that have now landed. Y'all, I'm just getting started. My book is coming out very, very soon. Let's go.